themselves amid these rising tensions. What if a single tightly sealed door at a nuclear facility could bring down a peace agreement that took years to negotiate? In 2026, the world is holding its breath. The IAEA, the world's nuclear watchdog, and Iran are once again engaged in a quiet confrontation that is far more dangerous than it appears on the surface. One simple question: who is allowed in and who is not? The answer could determine whether the Strait of Hormuz remains calm or erupts into a conflict involving the world's greatest military powers. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking an in-depth look at Iran's nuclear inspection access crisis and how the world's greatest military powers are positioning themselves amid these rising tensions. According to a scenario simulation prepared by our research team based on negotiation patterns from previous years, Iran has reportedly restricted IAEA inspectors' access to at least 3 key facilities since the beginning of this year. Tehran's official reason: national sovereignty and security threats. However, many analysts see this as a bargaining chip ahead of a new round of peace negotiations with Washington. And this is where the problem lies. The much-anticipated US-Iran peace agreement, which could reshape the balance of power in the Middle East, is now at risk of collapsing over a single issue: nuclear transparency. Let's take a look at who has a stake here, ranked according to our internal analysis of projected global military power for 2026. At the top is the United States. With a defense budget projected to reach staggering levels, plus the continued rotation of its aircraft carrier fleets near the Strait of Hormuz, the US holds the strongest leverage. In second place is Russia. Although preoccupied with domestic issues, Moscow remains an important diplomatic ally of Iran at the UN, often vetoing efforts to impose additional sanctions. China ranks third, playing by its own rules. Beijing has major energy interests in Iran and tends to push for diplomatic solutions to keep oil supplies stable. Then there are India and the United Kingdom, which, according to our combined military strength simulation, rank 5th and 6th, both preferring the role of mediator rather than direct confrontation. However, the 2 names that most strongly shape the daily tensions in this region are Israel and Iran themselves. Israel, with its multi-layered air defense capabilities and widely recognized preemptive strike doctrine, is described in various think tank simulations as the party least willing to wait for the outcome of the IAEA inspections. Meanwhile, Iran continues to strengthen its medium-range missile capabilities while simultaneously leaving a small opening for negotiations through back-channel diplomacy, with Oman and Qatar serving as mediators. This is a multi-layered game of chess. One wrong move during the nuclear inspections could trigger an escalation involving all the powers we have just discussed. So, where will this crisis lead? The first scenario: Iran fully reopens access, the peace agreement moves forward, and economic sanctions begin to be gradually lifted. The second scenario: a prolonged deadlock with a tense status quo that does not erupt into open conflict, similar to the pattern seen in previous years. The third scenario, the one many defense analysts fear the most: limited military escalation around the Strait of Hormuz, triggering a surge in global energy prices within hours. The Strait of Hormuz itself is traversed by a large percentage of the world's oil supply every day. Even the slightest disruption along this route will be felt all the way to the gas station in your country. The IAEA access crisis is not merely about the doors of a facility being locked. It is about trust between two powers that have spent decades viewing each other with suspicion. And surrounding them is the world's greatest military powers, from Washington, Moscow, Beijing, to Tel Aviv, are all waiting for a single move that will determine the direction of this region for decades to come. Will the peace agreement endure, or will it collapse over a single issue of nuclear inspections? Write your prediction in the comments section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming geopolitical and military analysis updates. See you in the next analysis. What if a single tightly sealed door at a nuclear facility could bring down a peace agreement that took years to negotiate?